What's good in the hood, YouTube? This is Crazy Samurai 71 here bringing another video. Today I'm bringing a video on the Power Rangers movie 2017. This video is focused on something that just kind of got revealed that I was glad to hear a little bit of information about, which is the post-credits or after-credits scene. Many people have been wondering, are we going to get one? Yes, we are. But the question obviously also was, when are we going to get it? Is it going to be at the very, very tail end of the movie? Is it going to be even like a certain number of minutes into the credits? How is it going to work? Well, so we got information about that. And apparently the information talks about how, yes, we are getting a post-credit scene, which is great. It's going to be 2.5 minutes into the credits. So that means when you're watching the movie and the movie ends, don't say to yourself, that's it. Wait, because there'll be another, 2.5 minutes into the credits, there'll be some sort of scene of some sort, they say. The question was whether or not they were going to do that, or if they were going to jump directly into it right at the end of the movie. So 2.5 minutes into the credits, you'll see it. And they base it off of how they've made it, they think it felt when it came to the credits. And they also talked about the Easter eggs. Apparently there will be Easter eggs. There will obviously be ones that are much more obvious that people have picked up on already, such as the street signs with Angel Grove and other iconic names and all that. But it won't be ones that are going to be as obvious. They basically have confirmed a lot of them are going to be ones that you'll have to view several times over to really get. And what they specifically said was there are Easter eggs in certain scenes. We actually put in the production design things from the Power Rangers universe. They're very subtle and they're in the background. It will take multiple viewings to find, and then there's just Easter eggs in Zordon's vernacular and what the kids say at the time. So basically what they're probably implying there is sort of things that they'll say that maybe Zordon said in the original show, or the kids said in the original show, like more phenomenal and that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's going to be there. And, for those that have seen some of the TV spots, they've had the most recent one with the Kids' Choice Awards. And if you're wondering about my voice, that's actually, I'm just a little sick, but I'm recovering. I'm pretty close to being done with it. But anyway, in the recent one, they actually had Alpha saying "I." So that's an example, another one of those cases where it's going to be a reference, but it's not going to be ones that are major ones. Although it sounds like there will be some that are based in the Power Rangers universe. Although that could mean a lot of things. I don't know if that's implying that they're going to reference really random seasons. I don't know. Name any season like Ninja Storm or Mystic Force. I don't know if it's going to be like that. I don't know if it'll be a random thing that if you catch it, you'll see it, or if it will be something else. Hopefully there'll be something along those lines where we get to see some references to random seasons thrown in and out. They don't necessarily have to be them talking about it, but maybe we see some iconic item in some way that's kind of hidden away. We don't know anything for certain, but as far as the after credit scene, it is good to know that we are getting one. A lot of people have been wondering about that. Is it going to be like a regular thing like Marvel when it comes to having a real after credit scene, or is it going to be, or are we not going to get it? We are. As far as what I'm hoping for the after credit scene, if we see Lord Zed in the movie, fine. But what I think will happen, we might see Lord Zed in the after credit scene, or just in general, what I want to see is something along the lines of maybe Tommy coming into the shot and we see him with the Green Ranger mantle, with the Green Ranger helmet, and maybe he's wearing the helmet, or maybe we see him from the back, or maybe a silhouette. I don't need to, and I don't expect to necessarily see him, but I think that we'll see something along those lines of where it will be sort of like a back image, because more often than not, they probably haven't casted who's going to be in that one yet, and we don't even know if it's going to be coming in a year or 2 or 3 or 4. We don't know. I would guess probably 2 years, maybe 3, but I don't want to say anything because things could obviously change very fast, and also depending on the response to the movie itself, we don't want to assume anything until we've actually seen it. Personally, overall, I am very excited for this movie. We are now, as of when I'm making this, what is the date? Let me check my phone. As far as the official release, the 24th, 11 days away. As far as when you can see it early, the 23rd, and if you're seeing the premiere, obviously the 22nd. I'm seeing the 23rd. I already have tickets and everything, and I'm probably going to see it 2 or 3 times anyway, so I probably will be able to pick up on those references, if not in the first time, the second and the third time as well. Those will probably help. I already had that plan to go see it at least 2 or 3 times anyway, before the movie comes out on DVD, obviously, and that will be an interesting story for everyone to see what we get from that. But overall, I'm really looking forward to this movie, of course. I'd love to know your guys' opinions. What do you guys expect to see as far as references, and also as far as after credit scene? Do you expect it to be something like that? Do you expect to see Lord Zed? Do you expect to see, I don't know, some other villain show up in some way? Do you think that maybe in the next movie we'll get like Babu and Squat, or do you think that Babu and Squat are done? Do you think that we're getting Bulk and Skull in this movie in any way or form? Leave your comments below. Let me know your guys' opinions, whether or not you're expecting to see any of these characters or anything else. Maybe they'll skip past the Green Ranger. They'll jump right away to the White Ranger. Do you expect that to happen? Do you expect us in future installments to go to Zeo at some point? How do you guys think that they'll cover that if they do multiple movies, not just 2, but maybe 3 or 4 or 5 or more? Do you expect us to get several iterations where they're changing Rangers, and maybe there's passing the torch at some point, not necessarily in this movie, but maybe in a sequel? Do you guys expect that? Leave your comments below. Again, the movie's coming out the 24th if you're seeing it when most people are seeing it. If you're seeing it the 23rd, then that is cool too, and that's when I'm seeing it. And then if you're seeing it at the premiere, then good for you. And leave your comments below, and I'd love to hear your guys' opinions about the movie and what your guys' thoughts are on what you expect to see for the after credit scene. Until then, guys, I'm Crazy71, and goodbye, guys.